Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. 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 Policy scholarship. This is the knowledge you can't get in colleges. If you read from the Bible, obey the commandment and know who your mother and father is. Tune in to sa.neter, cause he the protector of the gods. I'm talking about Dr. Benjamin, Yusuf, Yacanan, and John. We got the scale of my art. If he light as a feather, let's go on where it's hard. I am the shrine of Ptah. If you big say I am, better recognize a god. All I see is pseudos and frauds. Kudos to my dogs. Shit judo for you frogs. I think it's time to hop off the environment. Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough.
Will survive. Comedic knowledge on the rise. Raising consciousness divine. To the truth we subscribe. Jabari leading the way. Shaka almost don't play. sa.neter done open the gates. And up and banging the day. It's a family for the culture. Rebuking all you vultures. Service environment full of soldiers. Unlock your mind, they'll exposure. HOK is the squad. Debating the truth is a nod. Watch where you step in the pod. Or they'll tear you apart.
Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. 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 Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough.
It's LV Europa. Whatever you do, make sure you do it in the toughest environment.
Mac double.
That's the only way we grow. Yo, roll call for them tough niggas who act inspiring. You can't hit the stage with my vets if you don't meet requirements. Heard you did all that work from the fifth to the first when I birthed your retirement. You hanging it up and it's still not enough in the toughest environment. Toughest environment, niggas will spit till they vomiting. Toughest environment, niggas will bring the piranhas in. Toughest environment, better be talking to scholarship. Toughest environment. Who the toughest, who the strongest, who the smartest? Hitting the stage, PowerPoint, and I'm going through papers regardless. Listen up, got a point to prove, but I'm moving on, cause you niggas retarded. Toughest environment, only up make you a target. You don't want that smoke, shit you body last week, run down on the whole Christina class with the pop. Oh my gosh, I think you the go, no rigmarole. Still take total control, just put my shit at the top of the post. For toughest environment. Listen, just get it, I'm still past a minute, I work every minute, and maybe I'm uncle with Chris Harris thoughts, and I thought you should know that this ain't a scrimmage. And I'm shaping you right, molding you tight to be in the image of toughest environment. Yo, roll call for them tough niggas who act inspiring. You can't hit the stage with my vets if you don't meet requirements. Heard you did all that work from the fifth to the first when I birthed your retirement. You hanging it up and it's still not enough in the toughest environment. Toughest environment, niggas will spit till they vomiting. Toughest environment, niggas will bring the piranhas in. Toughest environment, better be talking to scholarship. Toughest environment. I'm sure we can work this out, just get in the ring. You better be Zion Alexa, this vessel, divine prospect when he doing his thing. Or Captain Tazari, out there, cross that line, I get away clean. Or Ali Muhammad, so valid, still got me up on my ding. All of it brought together because of the studio. Stop acting like y'all could have been doing that cause you didn't do it though. And I watch them lions get ran out of the den, this shit'll get crucial. Who you know take the whole damn stage and turn that shit to a musical. Stay in your cubicle. The environment's tough, don't wire me up, I'm calling your bluff. I'm running it back and I'm running it back like it's never enough. Got them diamonds in the rough, and we can't get to every treasure, but you gotta help me dig it up. But to me it's like whatever. Yo, roll call for them tough niggas who act inspiring. You can't hit the stage with my vets if you don't meet requirements. Heard you did all that work from the fifth to the first when I birthed your retirement. You hanging it up and it's still not enough in the toughest environment. Toughest environment, niggas will spit till they vomiting. Toughest environment, niggas will bring the piranhas in. Toughest environment, better be talking to scholarship. Toughest environment.
Hey, who sent you? I need to know this after the debate because you definitely ain't for us. The ancient Egyptians were also identified by early Latin eyewitnesses as black skin, Chief X. See, look at this right here, y'all. Look at this brother. He got the wavy hair just like him. You ain't gonna see no goddamn olive people looking like this. Now, scholars agree. Some of the world's most esteemed scholars, Chief X. So you ain't bringing no esteemed scholars. You just bringing your pork chop eating lip. Now have speculated that Egyptians were Black Africans. Let me say it again. Some of the world's most esteemed scholars. Some of the modern researchers like W.E.D. Du Bois accepted the theory that ancient Egyptian society was mostly Black. That's a face-to-face African documented. Let me go to Ivan Van Sertima. See, I'm bringing our scholars to the table. He using people like Bob and Larry who don't have a vested interest in our people. This is what this guy is doing. You should have seen the earlier debate. I won that one. But anyway, edited by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. So I'm going to give him a rematch in one day. Edited by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, a Guyanese scholar, the Journal of African Civilizations has often argued that Egypt was a Black civilization. See, these are scholars who have used the word Black. What are you missing, Chief X? African and Egyptian interchangeably in the 20th century. Look at this right here, y'all. I don't know why he getting in the ring with me. Why you playing, bro? This is the biggest mistake of your Dr. Diaz's research. It's in geographic DNA study. National Geographic recorded that 68% of the present-day Egyptians are ethnically North African, which I'm going to show you that the Amazon people are the original Black Africans in that part of the region of Africa. But they mistakenly are called Berbers or Moors. See, Chief X don't know nothing about that. See, the North American with a foreign invasion having little influence on the genetics of the modern Egyptians. Let's keep it moving, man. Y'all see this. Y'all see her? Look, Queen Nefertiti. Look at that. Did that look like some kind of body? Somebody got her name Habib or some mess like that. Now, some of the most famous ancient Egyptians have been identified as Black. For example, Queen Amos Nefertiti is one of the most identified as a woman of color. What's wrong with being Black, Chief X? Why are you trying to give our heritage, our culture, our history away to somebody who ain't won't deal with you when you go to the goddamn 7-Eleven? Now, according to Sigrid Haldal Hornes, the author of Life and Death in Ancient Egypt, the queen's Black skin color is derived from her role as Black is the color of both the fertile earth and the netherworld and death. As they identify themselves as Kemet, which means the Blacks. How many times I got to say it? The Blacks. It seems that ancient Egyptians regarded themselves as what, ladies and gentlemen? Black. Look at this right here, man. Now, the term is a collective noun, which thus describes the whole people in pharaonic Egypt as a Black person, according to Diop. Diop is one of our most esteemed scholars. Who he gonna bring to the table? Huh? Some guy named Mr. Rogers or something like that, bro? He's not for us. Who sent you? Now, let's go back to reading bones. Most of the skeletons and skulls in ancient Egypt have characteristics similar to those of modern Black Nubians. These are the people that's in the land of Kemet. He said there was no Blacks in Kemet. You're sadly mistaken. I got to keep beating it over your head over and over again. You know, got to give you new life because you did horrible in the beginning. Now, those of modern Black Nubians and other peoples in the Upper Nile and East Africa. Remember I told you earlier that the Haplo group started in East Africa, then went to Kemet, then went back to West Africa. That's what's going on with the E1B1A, according to Ramses III when they did the research on him. They got a photo of Ramses III smiting some of the people, some people that was in the land. But he's a Black man. He's an African. He was in the land. The problem is Chief X don't understand. But I'm going to teach you today. Black Nubians and other people in the Upper Nile and East Africa showing that they were Black and African according to the study by the scientists. I got a scientist on deck right now. His name is Diop. Let's keep it moving, man. The blood group tells it all, y'all. See, Chief X ain't finna bring you. They finna bring you this goddamn Max Planck project that he tried to put up there earlier. He only went back to 1400 BCE. I'm going to take you back to 3000 BCE. You got to update your information now. Also, blood type is evidence according to Diop. He discovered that even after hundreds of years of intermixing with foreign invaders, the blood type of modern Egypt is the same group B. as West African populations. As West African population on the Atlantic seaboard, and not one white race ate two characteristics prior to any crossbreeding. That's in the Atlanta Star reported. You better bring some sources, sir. Now, mother tongue evidence, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna bring you hair follicles. I'm gonna bring you mother tongue out. I'm gonna bring you genetics. I'm gonna bring you scholarship. I'm gonna bring you archaeology. He ain't gonna do that. He talking about what they're gonna do in 2025. This is what he gonna bring up here. This Max Planck project, which is goddamn biased. Now, also, blood group is evidence, according to Diop. He discovered that even after centuries of intermarrying with foreign invaders, the blood of modern Egyptians are the same as the group B in West Africa. Now, the Atlanta Star reported that Diop clearly indicates that ancient Egyptian, modern Egyptian, Coptic, and Wolof are related. These are Africans. The Wolof is African, sir, with the later two having their origins in the former. Let's keep it moving, man. It's some kind of joke. Now, Diop wrote that. Hold up. What the hell happened? Stop my time, sa.neter. Stop my time. I don't know what happened here. Hold up. All right, stop my time for a minute. Stop my time. I got to go back out and in. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up. The same article. Hold up. Okay, now this is a different one. Hold up. That ain't the one I want. I don't know what I pushed. Hold up. You know what? I'm going to go with this. You know what? Let's go. Now, since I lost the one, can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? I guess that's a yes. Pharaonic Egypt is an African civilization developed by Africa by Africans, which seems obvious today, except perhaps for Nicolas Sarkozy and his monkeys, have long been passed over the silence or even openly denied by Egyptology developed in European laboratories. See, we owe it to scientists, historians, anthropologists, and politicians check anti-Diop for having given what belongs to Africa back to Africa. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Man, come on, man. Y'all can't hear us. Sa.neter and went away? Hold up, man.
We can hear you. Continue.
Yes, we hear you just fine. You're doing great. No.
My screen wasn't shared.
Yes, it was.
Okay, let's get it up. I'm sorry. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I hit the wrong
No,
button.
you're good.
All right.
Okay, so
All right,
stop sharing.
Can y'all see that?
No. Nope.
You got to share it for me because I got it up.
I know sa.neter's share. Gonna have to share it.
Okay, where are you at, man?
No, he's here. I'm gonna go in and do it, but I don't think that's the issue.
All right,
Okay, give me a moment.
Yeah. Like I say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna wait till my screen because I don't want to be who's keeping track of my time. I need all that. Stop.
Okay, one moment. But your screen was. Let me make sure that your screen was sharing before what you were talking. We could hear you just fine.
So
yeah.
I need my screen back up, sir.
All right.
Yeah, what's up, Jay?
I need my screen back up, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, you at 12 minutes and 11 seconds.
I got 12 minutes left. All right, good.
No, man. No, man. You wasted, not wasted, but you used 12 minutes and 11 seconds.
Okay, that's okay, because y'all heard the information. Okay, so let's keep it moving then.
All right.
Like I said, man, this guy ain't ready for JJ 7000. I don't know why he got in the ring, but let's keep reading. Pharaonic Egypt is an African civilization. Okay, I read that. Developed by Africans for Africans. Okay, I read that. Now, Negroid features relying on ancient and contemporary European sources or Pharaonic iconography, linguistics, invoking craniometry, the study of blood, and skin pigmentation. So he ain't gonna bring in none of that. Anti-Diop, this is our scholar. This is our researcher. And you want to discredit him and get in front of us with these goddamn Eurocentric scholars? Now, Anti-Diop asserted that the Egyptian population was Negro during the pre-dynastic period. This debate over, man. And you don't have to discredit him. A scientist. You ain't no scientist, bro. And that is what the same during the dynastic period that of the pharaoh were. Whatever the indigenous racial type is rendered with any degree of clarity, it appears to be Negroid. You're in some trouble. Now let's keep it moving. The typically Negroid features of the pharaohs, Namar, first dynasty. I told you I was going to take you to the first dynasty. He going to lose to 1400 BC, y'all. 1400 BC. What his Max Planck project is, who we already know is biased, who already know they went back and they only studied admixtures between the Alexander the Great period. Come on, bro. You got to do better. If you know better, do better. Namar, the first dynasty and founder of the line of pharaohs, Djoser, the third dynasty. With him, all the technical elements of Egyptian civilization were already in place. Cheops, the builder of the Great Pyramid, showed that all classes of Egyptian society belong to the same black race. This is what Diop is telling us, y'all. This is our scholar. This is our scientist. This is our researcher. I'm using these type of people to bring out the truth to y'all. Not no Eurocentric like this guy's going to do when he get back up here. Now, scientists trained in physics, chemistry, the Nile Valley was not only the crucial from which black people drew the civilization that shone on the world for 3 millennia, but also the matrix of social dynastic and ritual structures of later African cultures. According to Diop, this was proven by numerous similarities in customs. And guess what, Chief X? In languages. Where's your Mediterranean languages, sir? Huh? Where's your Eurocentric Mediterranean languages? Got anything to do with Africans? What's wrong with you, man? Now, when it is discovered that Egypt had a prehistory, Egyptologists went looking for its sources in the great Mesopotamian civilization, still convinced that the light could only be from the east. See, this theory prevailed until the 1960s because they didn't want to give us credit for nothing. So,
all right, JJ, let's go, Chief X. Time will start when you start, brother. Let's go.
I gotta get my charger. I gotta get my charger. But I'm gonna grab my charger.
I don't know if you realize, sa.neter, it says up here, I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but the live stream has been going for 13 minutes now. You see that?
Yeah, we good. Nobody can see it. It's on private.
Okay, so what I'm saying is I think we missed half of his presentation and half of the opening.
Yeah, it's all right. We ain't missed half. Everything is going well. Everything is going well. Don't forget, we on Zoom.
Well, 13 minutes. I'm supposed to get 15, but it's okay. It's okay.
You did get 15.
All
okay,
right.
Let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me share my screen and get this thing cracking. We about to cook. I'm very familiar with StreamYard. Okay, Sa. Do you see my screen?
Screen is up and running.
All right, here we go. Just so you guys understand, what JJ showed y'all was an unscientific article, and it's called the African Report, and it was something put together by some fake Afrocentrics, and it had Photoshop pictures all through it. Total trash. All right, let's just do this real quick. So let me make this bigger so everyone can see. And we're gonna use a little logic today. Use a little logic today. Coptics, Copts, or Coptic people speak the closest thing to the original language of the ancient Egyptians. And guess what, family? You can't find no black Coptics. You can't find no black or Negroid people speaking Coptic. Listen and read what it says. Copts in general share the same main ancestral component with North African, Middle Eastern populations. This is scientific and proven. What he talked about was not scientific at all. right? They also associate Coptic component with ancient Egyptian ancestry. And we're going to look at some Coptic people without the later Arabian influence that is present among other Egyptians. Here we go. Copts and Egyptians displayed similar levels of what? European or Middle Eastern ancestry. Uh-oh. Copts were estimated to be blah, 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 European ancestry. And Egyptian 70.65%. Plus 2.4% European ancestry. The authors concluded that Copts and the Egyptians have a common history. Black folk don't have a common history with the ancient Egyptians at all. The authors concluded that the Copts and the Egyptians have a common history linked to smaller population sizes, and that Sudanese Copts have remained relatively isolated since their arrival to Sudan, with only low levels of admixture with local northeastern Sudanese groups. An allele frequency comparative study conducted in 2020 between two main Egyptian ethnic groups, Muslims and Christians, supported the conclusion that Egyptian Muslims and Egyptian Christians genetically originate from the same ancestor. Let's go. Let's see what Coptic people look like. Uh-oh. Do you see any black folk? It's these folk who speak the Coptic language. They're Christians of the Egyptian Coptic Church. They've carried on their ancestors, as I read before, tradition. There's no black folk speaking Coptic. Why? Because Egyptians wasn't black folk. I'm sorry. There you go. There you go. Now, let's take a look at some more Coptic people. Uh-oh. Coptic people. Do you see any black folk? Nope. Because Negroids and black folk don't speak Coptic. They are not ancestors of the ancient Egyptians. I told you to use your logic. We about to cook. We cooking today. Ask yourself why black folk and why you can't find no Negroid and black folk speaking Coptic. Why are they not part of any of the Coptic church? Because their ancestors weren't the ancient Egyptians. These people's ancestors was. We got to stop this nonsense, people. We got to stop the nonsense. Now, let's do this. History.com, a legit source, right? What does it say? Ancient Egyptians was the preeminent civilization in the Mediterranean world for almost 30 centuries, from its unification in 3100 BC to its conquest of Alexander the Great in 332 BC. What are you talking about that they're not Mediterranean people and it's not a Mediterranean country? Everyone with a brain who knows geography knows Egypt is a Mediterranean country, as well as all of North Africa. Black and Negroid folk are not Mediterranean people. We don't descend from Mediterranean people. We had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the Mediterranean world. We didn't do trade and we didn't do business in the Mediterranean. Nubians didn't even do business and trade in the Mediterranean. Them people I showed you who in the Coptic church, those are the people who's been there and in the Mediterranean world. Stop the cap. Okay? Now, let's do this. Where is my... Let's do this. Now, this is telling you a list of Mediterranean countries. JJ cannot debunk the entire world of academia and rearrange geography and lie to you and tell you that the ancient Egyptians and Egypt It's not a Mediterranean country. It is. Here's a list of northern African coast Mediterranean countries: Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco. Then people in Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, and Morocco, they call them Berbers, people of the Maghreb. They've been there for 20,000 years, way before there was an Egypt even thought of. I mean, a nation state made called Egypt. Okay, these are countries in the Mediterranean basin. You're going to have to tell every geographer on planet Earth that they're wrong. And JJ's illiterate self is right. Nope. Here we go. What's that? Oh, wow. Mediterranean countries surrounding the Mediterranean Sea. This is why Italy, Greece, and Rome eventually ruled and took over Egypt. They're fucking, excuse my language, I'm sorry. They're in the same region. Black folk and Negroid had nothing to do with anything in this region at all. I'm sorry, JJ. You're confused with the rest of the Afrocentrics. These are Mediterranean countries. I proved that. Now, this is me at an event, and I met this Mediterranean man from where? North Africa, Tunisia. Let's listen.
So I'm at this, he's selling Mediterranean food. He's from Tunisia. He's selling Mediterranean food. He's from Tunisia. And on his sausage he's selling, it says Mediterranean traditional foods. On his sausage he's selling, it says Mediterranean traditional foods. On his sausage he's selling, it says Mediterranean traditional foods. And he's from Tunisia.
I am from Tunisia.
Do you consider yourself Mediterranean?
I am Mediterranean.
And he's from Tunisia.
I am from Tunisia.
Do you consider yourself Mediterranean?
I am Mediterranean.
Stop, hold up. How is a dude from Harlem, Atlanta, gonna tell this man from Tunisia what he is and what he ain't? You mad because you not North African. This man is a Mediterranean person in a sense. They have Mediterranean food. It's a shared culture, falafel eating people around the Mediterranean basin, and they're not black folk. They're not Negroid. I know what I'm talking about. Most of y'all don't. Let's go.
Tunisia.
I am from Tunisia.
Do you consider yourself Mediterranean?
I am Mediterranean. Half of the countries on the Mediterranean. Beautiful Tunisia is the pearl of the Mediterranean. Countries on the Mediterranean. Beautiful Tunisia is the pearl of the Mediterranean.
I keep telling y'all.
All the food is good.
Look, Mediterranean food. They're North Africans are Mediterranean people.
We got the tuna too. When it comes to the...
Case closed. Yes, Mediterranean people. Let's go. Now, Cambridge. The Mediterranean frontier, that says. Can you read, JJ? Didn't seem like it. The Mediterranean frontier, North Africa.
Time out.
I'm sorry, Si.
Yeah, don't call Jay.
I apologize.
None of that.
I apologize to you and JJ.
All right.
Okay. They're talking about the Mediterranean frontier. Yes, there are Mediterranean countries. North Africa is situated between the Sahara Desert and what? The Mediterranean Sea. Between an inhospitable environment, discouraging travel and facilitating extensive maritime contacts. Maritime contacts, do you know what that means? That means people in the Mediterranean sailed around in ancient times and in current times, and they done business together. They vibed together. They spoke similar languages. The Afro-Asiatic languages all throughout North Africa. Let's go. We cooking. Consequently, it has tended to look to the north rather than to the south, constituting a frontier zone for the rest of the African continent, excluding Lower Nile Valley, North Africans' habitable coasts, to the east is so. I don't even have to read this, but let's just read this real quick and we're going to move on. Sa.neter, let me know when I have 5 minutes left, please. Climactically, North Africa belongs. I have what?
4 minutes left. 4 minutes left.
Thank you, sir. Climactically, North Africa belongs with the Mediterranean with hot summers and mild winters. Okay? Culturally, the region has been a meeting place for who? People in the Levant, Greece, Levant, over there by Canaan, Israel. None of the over there with people were black folk. All the Hebrew Israelites are wrong and been wrong for decades. Culturally, the region has been meeting place from people from the Levant, Greece, Rome, Europe, and Arabia, and what? Indigenous Libyans. Did it say anybody from Sub-Sahara? Nope, because they weren't around. Let's go. Chief X is a tropical African. This is what you call tropical Africa. North Africa, as you see, it's not purple, is Mediterranean Africa. Einstein. In South Africa, down below, is not considered tropical Africa. My ancestors are tropical Africans. We're not no desert Africans. We're not no Mediterranean Africans. Sheikh Anta Diop was wrong. I'm sorry. Let's cook. Again, this is tropical Africa. The same thing, it's just an old map. You guys didn't know this? I'm going to help you out today. Egypt, teach them, Chief, is only 17% Arabs. And Egyptians ain't Arab. They're Egyptian. They're North African. And North Egyptians contain about 68% of the genetic material that the ancient Egyptians had. Black folk don't have none. Jeremiah Judah don't have no North African in him. Neither does sa.neter, neither does me, neither does Nepal. That's the makeup of Egypt. Oh, we cooking. We're going to be cooking all day. Look here, family. Coptic people. None are black. You guys weren't there. It's not your area. Forest sources of tropical Africa. This is my area. This is our people's area. Tropical Africa, right? Mauritania, country. Okay, here we go. Tropical Africa, what? Excludes Mediterranean countries of North Africa, which are what? Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt. Get over it, family. And it excludes South Africa, right? Remember I showed you? We correlating all this. It excludes North Africa and South Africa. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't this say the same thing? How you guys thought you were Mediterranean people or from a Mediterranean culture or a country is beyond me. But I understand the brainwashing and the culture vulture behavior that the conscious community has been doing for decades. We didn't know no better. We had subpar teachers teaching us falsehoods. We had low esteem, so we wanted to take other people's culture and history. And compete with other people. Yeah, we're the ancient Egyptians. We did all that. Nope. Sure didn't. How much time I got?
All right. Let's go down. Brother JJ, you are up and running for your second round. Defects, let's go on mute. JJ, this is your second round. Time will start when you start, brother.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold up. Give me a screen. Original. Okay. That show. Let me know if that show. Okay. Let me know if you can see this. I'm just gonna play a minute or two of it. Let me know if you can see this. We're gonna end this nonsense right now.
All
Can
right.
you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
You see that? You cooked. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the original North African, the Amazigh, and they were black. So I'm gonna play. Yeah. Let's start this, man. You in some trouble. Told you don't get in the ring with me. Look at this.
The people we're talking about were called Berbers or Moors in the Middle Ages. The original population of North Africa was black. Population of North Africa was black, just like the rest of Africa. The people we're talking about were called Berbers or Moors in the Middle Ages, but they called themselves Amazigh, which means nobles or freemen. The current phenotypic diversity of the Amazigh, highly variable skin tones from dark to Eurasian white, is not representative of the original population of Africans who lived in that part of the continent. Historical migrations and interactions with other populations from Europe and the Middle East account for the current diversity seen in the so-called North Africa.
Migrations account for what you see today, Chief X. But let's keep playing. I'm gonna give about 2 or 3 minutes of this, then I'm gonna get to more information. Us dragging you through the sand with your Eurocentric, goddamn information you're trying to bring to our people. Let's go.
Indeed. Recent genetic studies on present-day Amazighs confirm their complex genetic makeup, showcasing a blend of various ancestral lineages. This is going to be a deep dive into this subject matter. We will assess unbiased historical accounts before the advent of Arabian and European racism, DNA, and skeletal evidence.
Skeletal evidence.
The Amazigh.
Tamazgah, so you know nothing about that. This is way before this little information that you're bringing out, sir.
Spanning across much of North Africa. Their territory stretches from Morocco and the Canary Islands in the west to modern-day Egypt in the east, and from Tunisia and Algeria in the north to Mali and Niger in the south. True to their name, which means free men, the Amazigh have traditionally led a nomadic way of life. Firstly, like ancient African cultures, they believed in one god, known by different names like Imana, Amen, or Amun. Just like the
They got that from, sir?
Rest of Africa, the earliest inhabitants of North Africa were black. Despite
There you go. You see what I'm saying, bro? So you're going to have to do something a little bit better in your next round, but let me play about 1 more 2 minutes of this, y'all. This debate over.
some
You
so-called
ain't even debating the topic. The topic of it, were there black Africans and Kemet? You all talking about some goddamn Libya and Tanzania and everywhere else, but Egypt. Come on, man.
white people moving into the area around 3,500 years ago.
Ancient
Roman
reconstruction of Morocco's first inhabitants 160,000 years ago. Old Mazagod Museum, Denmark. You in some trouble, man. I told you don't get in the ring with me.
Still describe the North Africans as black.
As black. Oh, let me skip this. Look, drop some bombs on them, y'all. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Even naming the region Mauritania, which means land of the blacks. Additional
Wait, did you say Mauritania in your speech a little earlier? It means lands of the blacks. See, that's what you get for not doing the full research on what you're talking about over there. You're doing biased scholarship because you want to prove a point for Uncle Ruckus and them. Yeah, you threw your little shot earlier, but I can take that shot and let them throw his shots, and I'm good at throwing them back. Here we go.
Historical records give us clues about what North Africans looked like before the arrival of foreign invaders.
Let's see.
For example, a 6th century Roman poet, Corippus, described the Berbers, an indigenous North African group, as having faces of the black color.
Oh my God, faces of the black color, Chief X. Like I told you, I'm your chief. You Tonto now. I'm taking your feathers away. You don't deserve to be called chief.
In his book,
Johannes. Look.
Similarly, in the same era, Procopius, in his history of the
look, Procopius, you want to use these little white scholars? Well, here you go, right here in your face. You ain't know nothing about Procopius.
Wars, noted differences between the Vandals, who had settled in North Africa, and the Moors, stating that the Vandals were not black-skinned like the Moors.
Like the Moors.
The term Moor.
Like the Moors, Tamagasia. See, just way before you ain't skilled enough to get in the ring with me, man. I told you.
Moors here refers to what we now understand as ancient Berber tribes, such as the Numidians and Masmuda, among others.
Let's talk about
An 11th century traveler from Iran, Nasser Khusrau, also mentioned the Masmuda soldiers.
What do you say about the Masmuda soldiers, ladies and gentlemen? Let's take a look.
Of the Fatimid dynasty as black Africans.
Oh, who cooking? You better turn your owl off because you burning shit up. At least I'm preparing a good meal and spiritual food for the people. You giving them a hot plate and burnt egg. Oh, sorry.
Accounts suggest that the original inhabitants of North Africa had a darker skin tone than
a darker skin color. See, but he don't see. I only did this to rebuttal this, so now I can shut him down for the rest of the debate. Let's go.
Might be assumed today, based on their descriptions in ancient texts. This recognition of their dark skin was noted by Europeans all the way to the
noted by the Europeans that you love so dear to your heart, sir. Did you not research this part? Watch this.
End of the Middle Ages, especially when the Berbers or Moors were in control of Spain.
The Berbers and Moors was in control of Spain. They got all kind of paint and artwork. These were the ones of Northern Africa, sir. These were the ones that are in Egypt, sir. Black Africans. You 1400 BC with Alexander the Great. That's what they were trying to figure out the admixtures when the invaders came in, bro. You got to go back in time, man. Look. Here we go.
And Portugal. This is a description of an artwork depicting a historic battle in 8th century Spain between the Franks and African forces. Please note, this represents a time period before the codification of racism. In this scene, Roland, who is the nephew of Charlemagne, faces off against Marsil, the Berber king of Zaragoza. The artwork comes from the national...
Look at the black Berber king. That Berber king. Look at him. Black, like me.
National Library of France, and shows how Europeans viewed the Berbers, also known as Moors or Saracens.
This debate over. You can't even come back to talk about the little mess you're talking about. Here we go.
Saracens, who were present in Spain and Portugal.
Ain't no coming back.
In summary, these artworks...
Look at the artwork, ladies and gentlemen. But that's enough of that. Let me give you one more minute. Hold on, I'm going to give you one more minute.
Offer a glimpse into how Moorish leaders and their societies were represented in European art, reflecting a mix of admiration and propaganda. It is important to recognize that the appearance of Berber populations near the Mediterranean Sea changed over time. While Roman rule and invasions by Vandals and Arabs had some effect, the major changes came later. From the 8th century, the enslavement of Europeans...
That's enough of that. I already debunked what you just said. Stop my time, sir. Stop my time. I'm going to get back to something else. You getting beat up, man. You got beat up in the first debate, and then I'm dragging you again. Told you don't get in the ring with me. Jabari, if you looking, you next. Just to let you know. I know you peeking in. All right, hold up.
You have 8 minutes. You have 8 minutes and 20.
Yeah, buddy. Everybody, he just got debunked. He can't even go back to Northern Africa. It's over for you, son. All right. Now, let's get back to the crust of this debate. Wait, hold on.
You froze up on me, bro. Give him some time here. Run back in. Give him some time.
You got to come back into the stream, huh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, be back in. Stay on mute. Stay on mute. Go on mute, Chief. All right, bro.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, that's a nervous smile. You can't even go back to that. Let me get my screen up, man. I told you, man. You fooling with you got the right one in the ring with you. Now I'm finna show y'all. Oh, I did it again. Hold up. Don't even come back to Norway. Yeah, look at me when I'm talking to you. Hold up. I told him don't do that. Let me know when y'all can see this, man. Let me know when y'all can see this.
You can see it. You up and running.
Can you see it, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, up and running now. Yeah, let me 12 images. Okay, let me know when I can go.
Let's go. Let's go. Time start when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready. Now, here's, ladies and gentlemen, I told you, he ain't not sticking to the debate title. Like I said, the topic of the debate were there black Africans in ancient Kemet? I don't know what debate he debating. He debating something else. But here's 12 images of pharaohs that were prove ancient Egyptians were black. Hold on, let me get this off the bottom here. Is this right? Can y'all see that? Okay, now right here. Okay, here we go. This was published in September 2014. Atlantic Black Star. See, I'm using black stuff. All right, now this is Huni. 2650 BC to 2632. Huni was the last pharaoh. Oh, wait, let me go back. Hold on. Let me go to the previous page. Let's start in the beginning, y'all. Let me stop my time for 1 second. Stop my time so I can get to the beginning of this article. Please and thank you.
Time stop.
Hold up. I apologize. Now, thank you, sir. Let me go to the beginning. Let me get to the beginning. I'm taking you way back. I don't know what this. Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet until I get right. Let me be quiet. Let me get to the beginning. Hold up. I'm gonna go to the beginning of this article. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank y'all for coming out to supporting the JJ7K and Chief X debate. I really appreciate you. All right, let's start right here, y'all. Now look at this. This is Neymar. Remember, I told you, also known as Means. He unified Upper and Lower Egypt for the first time and founded the first dynasty and unified Egypt. Let me get a little bit of information on him right here in my notes. Let y'all know that JJ ain't playing around. See? So let's talk about some of the black pharaohs. Neymar reigned from 2650 to 232 BC. Like I said, he unified Upper and Lower Egypt, therefore founded the first dynasty of the unified Kemet. Now, Manetho called Neymar a Thinite, a native of the known province of Thinis in Upper Egypt, and in fact, monuments belonging to the king Neymar and Aha had been excavated at Abydos. Y'all know what Abydos is? That's in what they say northern Egypt, which is down south if you flip the map. See, he's sticking up top. When all the dynasties started with the Afro, I'm saying, see what I'm saying? Now it's been at Abydos, a royal cemetery is in the Thinite Nome, not up in the Mediterranean. You see what I'm saying? Based on his name, he was Sudanese. Look at this picture, y'all. He was Sudanese. He came from upper southern Kemet. He was a successor of the proto-dynastic king, who was Ka, whose tomb is also found in Abydos, not on the goddamn top Mediterranean, next to the tomb of Ivy Hor, another one. See, Chief X can't take you back as far as I can. His research starts in 1400 BC. The necropolis where King Khatun was found is called El Quad, Mother of Pots. Abydos is prominent sacred city of one of the most important archaeological sites of Kemet. This site located in the low desert west of the Nile River near Al-Baal-Yana. It was a necropolis for the earliest Kemet royalty, and later a pilgrimage center for the worshiper of Osiris. By David Randall McClure, British-born American archaeologist and anthropologist, educated at the University of Oxford. Let's keep it moving, man. This guy ain't ready for me, man. I told him. I don't know what he thought when he got in the ring with me. Let's go to the next page. Let's see another black pharaoh, y'all. See, he ain't sticking to the topic. Who we got now? Oh, here we go. Come on, pull up. Come on now. Here we go. Now his name is Kashkewa. Reigned for 18 years, 2690 BC. Look at this guy right here, man. Does he look like a Mediterranean to you? See, they cut his nose off for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. You see? Now he in your zero, your second dynasty, reunited Upper and Lower Egypt, which, like I say, Abydos. That's the southern part. We're using our
you going in and out, AJ. You going in and out.
The civil war between the followers. Let's go to the next, man.
You going in and out, JJ.
Who we got now? Who we got now? Oh, look at it. They cut now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. All right, now look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a black man. Look at his dreadlocks. Look at his hair. Look at this. Look at this right here, man. Look at this. Uh-oh. Come on, screen. Don't do this to me now. Hold up. All right, here we go. Here we go. These are also the builder of the step pyramids and believed by most Egyptologists to be founder of the third dynasty during the Old Kingdom, 2670 BC. You know, come
You're going in and out again, Jay.
on, man. And look at this. Why did they cut his nose off? Look at his hair, y'all.
In and out, man. Oh, man.
Come on, bro. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Who we got next? Ooh, he looked like Huni was the last pharaoh. Can you hear me now? You know what? Let's stop my time.
Yes, I can hear you, brother, but I kept telling you you're going in and out.
Okay. No. Because I'm
you got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left.
It's okay. It's okay. Not my time. I'm finna go to my notes since I'm in and out. I'm finna go to my notes. As y'all see, he getting beat up. But see, I can work through technical difficulties. Stop my time until I get my notes up real quick, son. Give me that. Give me that right there.
Stop,
Let me have that. Okay, hold up. Let me go. Let me flow. Because Chief X don't know. Watch this. Okay. That's okay. I already proved him wrong. Watch this. I'll tell you when I start. I can work through the technical difficulties. That's okay. Let me see which one I want. Hold up. All right. Here, let's go to this one. All right. Okay. Now, 2 minutes. Genetic testing of hair from ancient Egyptian kings have provided valuable insights into their ancestry and origin. Here are some of the notable examples. Tutankhamun DNA. 2010, a team of researchers analyzed the DNA of King Tut hair and found that he had a significant amount of African DNA, specifically from the Yoruba people of West Africa, sir. Now, you better try to debunk it, because here go Ramses III DNA. A 2012 study analyzed the DNA of Ramses the third hair and found that he had a mixed up European and African ancestry. Remember, the title of this debate is, were there Black Africans in Kemet? Let's keep it moving, man. Thutmose DNA. 2000 study analyzed the DNA of Thutmose hair and found that he had a mix of African and European ancestry with a significant amount of DNA from the Near East. All right, let's keep it moving. I got some more. Hold up. Let's keep it moving. Now, Nubians and Cushites had a complex relationship with ancient Egypt and their status as citizens. Remember, he said that there was no Africans in ancient Kemet. These are citizens, the Nubians and Cushites, early period, 3100 BCE, Chief X. Nubians were not considered citizens of ancient Egypt, but rather a neighboring people whom the Egyptians had trade with. In the Old Kingdom, 2613, Nubians were sometimes referred to as Egyptians in text, but they are likely meant they were under the Egyptian control and influence. They were slaves, whether that they were there. All right, the New Kingdom, 1570 to 1050 BC, Cushites who emerged from Nubia, and Nubians were more likely integrated into Egyptian society. Some Cushite pharaohs like Pi and Taharka even ruled Egypt in the 25th dynasty. How you gonna refute that, bro? You can't. Let's keep it moving, man. This dude ain't ready. I told y'all. Now, archaeological and linguistic evidence reveals significant cultural exchange and migration between ancient Egypt and other African regions. Physical anthropological studies of ancient Egyptian remains to show a range of physical characteristics considered as African populations. This debate. Kill it.
All right. Thank you, brother JJ. Chief X. Waiting on you, brother. Time will start when you start. This is your second round, beloved. This is your second round. Time will start when you start. Can't hear you, Chief. Can't hear you. Time will start when you start.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I just been talking.
Yeah.
I unmuted myself. So what we have here, what he just did, he showed you the Atlantic Black Star, which
Time starts.
it's not a scientific paper. I mean, website. It's fluff and gossip, and they get people to write articles. They had Narmer's dates all wrong on there. I don't know if y'all see to pay attention, because in Egyptian nation state jumped off in 3100, not 2400 like they had on there. Crazy. And then he played a video by one of Sabir Bey's friend pushing some fake history and stealing Berbers and Amazig's history and acting like Berbers and Amazigh are black people. Crazy. Okay, so check this out, family. I should be arrested for child abuse today. The way I'm gonna spank this dude, I should be arrested. It's a crime how I'm about to intellectually beat this cat down. So let me share my screen and let's get this party started. Let me cook. Let me cook. All right. So where am I going to start at? Okay. I want to rebut his stuff so bad, but I'll waste my time on what I really want to present. Okay. But do let me just share this, since he mentioned the Berbers in North Africa. Them people right there today has been there for more than 20,000 years. Berbers. Okay? Do you know who Berbers are, y'all? Let's tell the truth. Or Moors are. Let's just tell the truth real quick. And then I'll move on to my presentation. Moors, Amazigh, Berbers are a member of what? Northwestern African Muslim people of what? Mixed Berber and Arab descent. They're not black folk. JJ don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's a culture vulture. And these Arabs and Berbers did what? They conquered Spain, aka the Iberian Peninsula. Black folk ain't had nothing to do with Spain or conquering the Iberian Peninsula. You know who did that? Arab dynasties. Bam. Let's move on from that, because that's crazy that he thought that. Okay, so where are we at? Do we get 3 rounds or 2, Si?
You got 3 rounds? 3 rounds?
Do we get 3 rounds? Okay, cool. Let's pause my time for a second till I find this article. Let's do this. Let me play this, because I made a challenge to people, and I said the modern day Egyptian is the ancient Egyptian. This video has been downloaded and shared and has about 700,000 views right now. And I'm just going to play it. Let's go. The modern day Egyptian is the ancient Egyptian. Period. People don't disappear. Nobody left their land and disappeared. Whenever someone was conquered, all of sub-Saharan Africa was conquered, chopped up, and divvied out. Every single one of those sub-Saharan Africans, the Ghanaians, the Nigerians, everybody in Kenya, everybody in the whole of sub-Saharan African is still there, although they were conquered. They didn't disappear. 4,000 Arabs only invaded Egypt. They didn't change the population that was millions there already. They didn't change the population that was millions there already. Change
the population that was millions there already. They didn't. Egyptians never ever disappeared. For you to think otherwise means you were brainwashed by Afrocentrics. The modern day Egyptians you see there right now today, July the fucking 8th, whatever the date it is, 2021 is the Egyptians that was there.
This is an old video. I cursed one time. I'm just playing an old video, so.
All right.
In ancient times.
I made this in 2021. And we're going to catch up today. Watch this.
67% of their DNA is of the ancient Egyptians.
Pause. What did I say? Oh. I said what? 67. This says 68. And it's only 17% Arab. Let's cook.
Everybody in the geographical location today was in the same geographical location thousands of years ago, 10,000 years ago. The Native Americans of today in the Americas is the same Native Americans that was there 10,000 years ago. This what niggas is lying to you about. When did the Egyptians ever write or say that they dispersed and left and went to other lands? When was this? Why are Afrocentric people lying on the ancient Egyptians? Show me when they said they dispersed and left the land and disappeared. When was this? You can't show that. They never disappeared. See, Afrocentrics would want you to believe, would like you to believe that the ancient Egyptians just poof and disappeared and dispersed somewhere and maybe, which is not true, went to West Africa or Central Africa and just left the fucking land.
I'm sorry.
It's total bullshit.
Yo.
The modern day Egyptian is.
Okay, that was the last one, so.
Yeah, we on
ancient Egyptian. Now,
huh?
Play it. We on.
Okay.
You have people who filtered there doing business, doing trade, and working. Those are the people who filtered there. They're not the ancient Egyptian or the modern day Egyptian. Egypt has a spot specifically for displaced Nubians. And you will see that in my presentation within a few days also.
And they call that the Nubian village. When it flooded, they put them on, it's called the Nubian village when they was displaced.
You guys can't escape and get away from none of this truth I'm talking about. I'm on your ass. And you guys gonna bend the knee and apologize for bullshitting black folk, for lying to black Americans, for deceiving black Americans, and taking them and acting like we got something to do with the ancient Egyptians. Or that time period of the Egyptian dynasties and all that they achieved and built had something to do with us. It didn't. It didn't have anything to do with the Nubians either. The modern day Egyptian is the ancient Egyptian. Egyptians know who they are. They still have people called Coptics speaking the closest language to what the ancient Egyptians spoke, which is
pause.
Coptic.
And here goes those Coptic people. None of them are black. I'm sorry. Here they go, the Coptic church. Nobody's black. No black folks speak Coptic. I'm sorry.
And none of them are nappy, kinky-haired black folk. Show me some Coptics that's nappy-headed black folk speaking Coptic language. You can't? I'm shutting all this shit down. I got you.
Now, let's move on. So I share what experts say. I was saying that stuff years ago. So, real quick, here we go. Listen to Dr. Peter James Brand tell you the same thing that I just said. Let's go. Teach him, doctor.
The idea that like the ancient Egyptian population has completely disappeared from the modern bloodlines of Egypt is just nonsense. I mean, I've seen these people that look like, you know, old kingdom statues.
Like the video, thumb up the video.
The ancient Egyptian population has completely disappeared from the modern bloodlines of Egypt is just nonsense. I mean, a pyramid. The idea that like the ancient Egyptian population has completely disappeared from the modern bloodlines of Egypt is just nonsense. I mean, I've seen these people that look like, you know, old kingdom statues and things like that. And so I have no reason to believe that the population of Egypt has changed that much. I have no reason to believe that the population of Egypt has changed that much. And so I have no reason to believe that the population of Egypt has changed that much.
Pause. All scholars say the same thing. All PhDs and Egyptologists say the same thing. The modern day Egyptians are the ancient Egyptians. They never disappeared. Stop all this nonsense, y'all. Let's continue on. Also, genetic studies on the Egyptians. This is what I want to. How much time I got, sir? So I probably walked away.
I'm right here.
Okay,
6 minutes, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Okay, cool. Give me a pause for a second, sir. Let me just find this.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Where am I at? Where am I at? I don't know how my highlight disappeared. Okay, here we go. This is nature.com. These are scientific articles and proof. Let me just highlight this before I move on from this. The samples recovered from Middle Egypt span around 1,300 years of ancient Egyptian history, from the New Kingdom to the Roman period. Our analysis revealed that ancient Egyptians share what? They share more ancestry with Easterners than present-day Egyptians, who received additional sub-Saharan admixture in more recent times through slave trade and things like that. This analysis establishes ancient Egyptian mummies as a genetic source to study the ancient human history, offers perspective of deciphering Egypt's past at a genome-wide level. And real quick, I didn't mean to show this, but since it's there, that's Hatshepsut. Look at her hair. I'm not showing you no fake stuff. This is primary evidence, that Caucasian hair. Let's move forward. Here we go. Here we go. The analysis revealed that ancient Egyptians had higher affinities with Near Eastern and European populations than modern day Egyptians do, likely due to an 8% increase in the African component found in modern Egyptians. So modern Egyptians have 8% sub-Saharan because Nowadays, they're admixed, but the ancient Egyptians didn't. However, comparative data from the contemporary population under Roman rule in Anatolia did not reveal a closer relationship to the ancient Egyptians from the Roman period. It says, what? Genetic continuity between ancient and modern Egyptians cannot be ruled out despite this more recent sub-Saharan African influx, while continuity with modern Ethiopians is not supported. He showed you earlier some pictures of some Ethiopians and tried to match it with an Egyptian statue. Nope, it's not supported from Ethiopians. Let's move forward. Now, I got about three, but I don't have enough time, so I'm going to cut it short. But I have about 3-4 articles, genetic articles from geneticists, PhD, proving the DNA of the ancient Egyptians corroborates with the modern day Egyptians. Let me just do this. Oh, shit. I hope it froze on me a little bit. Hold on. Give me a little pause, sir. What I got, about 1 minute? Okay, now that was an old 2017 study, y'all. But today, we have a new study. How much time I got, sir? So I must have walked away.
You got four.
You broke up. Say it again.
Do you have minutes? 20.
Okay, cool. Now, this is Urich research, right? Population genetics of ancient Egypt, right? They have a project that they've been doing since June 2021, and it will finish in 2025. You see? And what is it? The Institute for Mummy Studies. In this project, we aim to investigate the population genetic history of Egypt using ancient DNA analysis for this Egyptian mummy skeleton, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, these new specimens, when this article comes out in 2025, everybody's going to have hurt feelings because they just don't have, during the Roman period of New Kingdom, they span what? 5,000 years from 4,000 BC to 800 AD. And have recovered from various archaeological sites, not just one anymore. So you guys are going to be crying come 2025. Thus, the data obtained by this project will for the first time cover what? All periods of ancient Egypt. Cover what? All periods of ancient Egypt, Egyptian history, as well as a broad geographical context, meaning all the geography of Egypt, right? They have this done. And what did they say about it? Who did it? This lady right here, Alexandra Musar, she's a PhD student, the Institute of Mummies. And she said, let me show you, I'm strapped for time. Right here. These genomes exhibit mtDNA haplogroup diversity similar to the ancient Egyptian haplogroup profiles published by Schunerman in 2017. You see? So the New Kingdom, the Roman period, it all matches up with ancient Egypt from 4000 BC up to 800 AD. The genomes, it's just similar to them. So Schunerman, when they said that the Egyptians had their ancient DNA from Levant, the Near East, some about Europe and North Africa, it corroborates that, and this will come out in 2025. Who wrote it? Who did the research? Alexandra Musar. Who is she? This lady right here, a PhD student. You can email her, have her on, contact her, do whatever you need to do. All the experts agree with Chief X. All the professionals, all the PhDs agree with Chief X. Now, I said this earlier, but people didn't understand. What is tropical Africa? It's a region that includes sub-Saharan Africa, excluding South Africa. Tropical Africa is sub-Saharan Africa, excluding South Africa. We are tropical Africans. We are not people of the Mediterranean. I'm sorry, black folk. It's okay. And Egyptians, what? Were the preeminent civilization in the Mediterranean world for almost 30 centuries. And what else? Okay, I'll cease.
All right, brother JJ, your last and final round. You got 10 minutes in this round.
Can I try to share my screen again? Let's hopefully that's work. But before we share my screen, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Before we share my screen, hold up, sir. Okay, we can go ahead. All right, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, he used himself.
Your screen ain't sharing.
No, it's okay. I'm sharing this. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, he used himself as a source. That's not academic. That's not scholarship, sir. Then you went to Quora. Those are questions and answers from regular people, ladies and gentlemen. Then he read some of it and went blah, 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 blah. Who does that in a debate? So that means you're skipping over important information that you didn't want us to hear. Then he said that, look, then he said that the information will come out in 2025. We're in 2024 right now, sir. You can't do that. Then he's not even sticking to the topic. He's talking about we're tropical people. That's not the debate. That's not the topic. The topic is, were there ancient Kemet, were there black Africans? Okay, so let's get to the information, man. Here we go, right here. Here we go. The demographic of Egypt around 1400 BC during the New Kingdom period are estimated based on historical records, archaeological findings, and anthropological studies. Here's a rough breakdown. Ethnicity, Egyptian, 80 to 90% indigenous people, including those of Nubian descent. Nubians 5%, 5 to 10% from the Kingdom of Nubia, south of Egypt. This is what the ethnicity makes up of Egypt. These are Africans that you said it wasn't there. Huh? How about this? Asiatic from the east, including Canaanites, Syrians, Libyans, other groups including Greeks, Cretians, that's at 1 to 2%. Hold up. Social structure, royalty and nobility, 1 to 2% of pharaohs, his family, and high-ranking officials, priests and clergy. Let me get to more information on what I want to read here. Okay, here we go. Okay. Thutmose, 1504 to 1492, although not entirely of African descent, Thutmose had a Nubian wife, and his mummy shows African features. He was a great military leader who expanded Egypt's empire. How about Amenhotep, 1525 to 1504 BCE? His mother, Amos Nefertiti, was a Nubian origin. This is an African, sir. You're debating the wrong topic. Come on, we are tropical people. That's not the debate. Learn to stick to the topic. Here it again. Okay, so half Nubian. He continued Egypt's expansion and built several temples. How about Thutmose III, Chief X, the grandson of Thutmose? Thutmose III was also partial Nubian descent. This is the topic. Nubians were there in Africa. In Kemet. We ain't talking about were we tropical people. You need to learn to stick to the topic, sir. How about this? Look, was a Nubian descent. Is considered one of the Egypt's greatest pharaohs, known for his military campaigns and extensive building projects. How about this one? Amenhotep III, 1390 to 1352 BC. His mother, Mutawa, I didn't pronounce that, Mutawa, was an African descent. That's the topic, Chief X. Descent. Amenhotep III oversaw a period of great cultural and artistic achievement in Egypt. These are black Africans that's in Kemet. How about Tutankhamun, 1332 to 1323 BC? Although not directly of African descent, Tutankhamun's mother, Kaya, was believed to be of African origin. His tomb is one of the most famous archaeological discoveries in history. So that's let's keep going. I got more. Let's keep going, because that is the crux of this debate. Were there Africans in Kemet? All right. The term Black Pharaoh refers to the rulers of the 25th dynasty. The rulers of the 25th dynasty in ancient Egypt, who were Nubian origin. Nubian, isn't that an African, sir? Yeah, look at me when I'm talking to you. Don't look to the side. I know you're ashamed for getting in front of the people with this nonsense. It's going to be okay, though, because I'm here to educate you. Let's keep it moving, man. Now, it says, Nubian origins ruled from around 750 to 656 BCE. During the period, Egypt was conquered by the Nubian kingdom of Kush. The Nubian kingdom, those are black Africans, sir, that you said that wasn't in Kemet. That's the topic. Not no, we are tropical people. I'm going to keep reiterating it so you can get back to the topic. So let's name some of the people. The rulers and dynasties. How about Pi, founder of the 25th dynasty, who conquered Egypt and established Nubian rule. So did Nubians rule? Are Nubians, look at me when I'm talking to you, sir. Were Nubians Africans, ladies and gentlemen? That's what you need to be asking yourself. I don't know where this, you're in the wrong debate. You need to check into this debate right here, sir. How about this one? Shabaka, 721 to 707 BC. Pi's ancestors who continued to consolidate Nubian power in Egypt. I told you don't get in the ring with me. He tried to back out earlier the day before yesterday. He said I called him a name. But who been doing all the name calling in this debate? Not 7,000. It's okay, though. I can take it. What's the name again? Shabaka. Did I say that? He consolidated Nubian power in Egypt. How about this one, sir? Shebiktu. Shebiku. 707 to 686 BC. Shabaka's successor, who faced challenges from the Assyrian invasion. And how about Taharqa? 698 to 673 BCE, one of the most famous pharaohs who resisted Assyrian attacks and built many temples. He was also a black African. And how about this one? Tantamana, Tantamani, 673 to 656 BCE, the last black pharaoh who faced continued Assyrian pressure and eventually lost control of Egypt. These rulers were referred to as black pharaohs due to the dark skin tone, brother. The dark skin tone, which was distinct from the lighter skinned Egyptians. Despite their foreign origin, they adopted Egyptian customs, religion, and culture and built many impressive monuments and temples. You said there wasn't no black Africans in Kemet? I just named a whole bunch of them, and you're going to have to rebuttal that. How about this? The black pharaohs played a significant role in Egyptian history as they preserved Egyptian culture during the time of turmoil. They maintained and even revitalized Egyptian traditions. They built impressive monuments to construct many temple statues and their architect wonders. Resisted Aryan invasion. They fought against the powerful Assyrian army, which threatened Egyptian independence. The legacy of the black pharaohs. You know what black pharaohs mean, Chief X? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Continues to fascinate historians alike, offering a unique glimpse into the complex and multicultural history of ancient Egypt. You said there was no Africans in there. I just named a whole bunch from Kushites to Ethiopians. What are you talking about? Okay, hold up. I got more. I got more for you. Let me see. Let me get to some of my sources. Did I read this right here? Did I read about the first dynasty? That was in the last debate, but this is a new one. So let me read this for the people who didn't see it. The first dynasty of ancient Egypt, 3100 to 26, is a fascinating period. While there's no definitive proof black pharaohs during this time, there are some interesting facts and theories. King Namar research suggests that Namar, also known as Menes, who unified Upper and Lower Egypt, might have been Nubian or African ancestry. His name Namar means catfish in ancient Egyptian, which is also a symbol associated with the Nubian kingdom. Nubians. How about King Den? Den, the fourth ruler of the first dynasty, is depicted with a beard and a crown that resembles those worn by Nubian kings. I'm talking about Africans, bro. What are you talking about? We sub-Saharan people. They ain't got nothing to do with the debate. Some scholars believe this might indicate Nubian influence or ancestry. How about King Kwa, Qaa, the last ruler of the first dynasty? See, I done went back on you. You were in 1400 BC, some goddamn where. Excuse my language. And his name means he who is exalted in Nubian. This has led some researchers to suggest possible Nubian connections. See? The concept black pharaohs is a modern term and might not accurately reflect the ancient Egyptian understanding of ethnicity and race. The first dynasty was a time of Egyptian unification, and the rulers might have had diverse ancestry, including Nubian and African influence. The archaeology record for the time is limited, and more research is needed to confirm these results. Let's keep it moving, man. Let me get you. Let me stop my time. Let me try to share my screen again. Stop my time. Let's try. Oh, wait.
You got 30 seconds.
That's it? And it went fast. All right. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this man has not stuck to the topic. He's all over somewhere else. JJ has presented Africans that are in Kemet, whether it's the kings, whether it's the people who fought in the wars, or they were slaves, or they worked in Kemet. That's the topic of this debate. Were there black Africans in Kemet? I don't know what debate you in, but guess what? This debate over. It's over. Stick to the topic and learn to stick to the topic, bro. You're all over the place. You're confusing the people. I'm out.
All right, Chief X. Let's get it. Your last 10-minute round. What's up?
Before I start, can I just show the people what the topic of the debate is?
You can do that
on the big screen real quick.
I'll do that.
Excuse me.
I'll do that.
Just to be clear, the topic of the debate is not were black people in Egypt. And you're saying, hey, Nubians was in Egypt. Chief X don't know. Who said Nubians wasn't in Egypt? The topic is, are the ancient Egyptians black people? What are you talking about, man? You don't even know the topic.
That says black Africans, sir.
Be quiet. It's my turn. You don't even know the topic, bro. Are the ancient Egyptians black people is what it's saying. Then in the stream or link, it asks it in another kind of way. Were people of ancient Kemet black Africans? It's not were black people in. I teach black people were in Egypt, like the Nubians. They were in processions and parades and stuff and paying tribute because Nubia was a tributary state who was bringing gold and trinkets and slaves to Caucasian Egyptians. Of course there were black people in Egypt. I've never said that in my life. If you can show me saying that, I'll give you $100 today. I
think he started your time, Chief X.
Okay, that's fine. I never said that. JJ 7000 don't even know the title of this debate. And he's trying to debate me. Have a seat, bro, and read better. Okay, Sa, you got me? I'm about to share my screen real quick. Jesus Christ, man, you are lost. Where they Chief X said, well, no. Stop, bro. You're confused. All right. Share my screen. I'm sharing it now. It's so much to say in such little time.
You're not sharing.
Not yet.
I got him, Nepal. I'm right here.
Okay.
There's so much to say in so little time. He rattled off all 6 of these people's name and wanted you to believe that they're Negroid. Look at Amenhotep. These are people of Hatshepsut, Thuya, Yuya of the Armana family. This is primary evidence. I'm not showing you no wood, no statue and all this old stuff. These are real people. Look at their hair. Thutmose, who he thinks is Negroid. Nope. Thutmose said, stop lying on him. Amenhotep. Amenhotep said, stop lying on him, JJ. Ramses on the right. Stop lying on him. They can't wait to meet you in the afterworld so they can put hands on you. Look, Hatshepsut. Look at her hair. Look at Thuya's hair. Look at Yuya's hair. What are you talking about? You're wrong. Let's get to some more. Look, Does that look like a nappy head to you? Does that look like a kinky haired person to you? No. North Africa has never, ever, ever, ever been Black Africa. This is why today not one person has answered the question. Name just one, not 2, 3, 4. Name just one Negroid tribe or nation that's indigenous to North Africa, Europe, Caucasus, Near East, Levant, and no one today, 4 years later, has named that. These people are not Negroid. You can't see? Let's move on. Queen T, who y'all claim had an afro. No, she didn't. That was a headdress. This is Queen T. She's not Negroid, never has been. She has mtDNA K. Look it up. It's West Asia. Let's move forward. I showed you this one. These are not Negroid people. Did he show you one unraveled mummy? Nope. Let's do this. Look at here. Queen T with her long flowing Caucasian hair. I thought she was Negroid. You were lied to and got fooled. Now, he tried to show earlier a picture of what he thought was a Moor. This is not even a real picture. Now, I'm showing you real sources. This is the Philadelphia Museum of Art. This is just not me rambling. This is a museum of art. Who is this character that people have been lying about and had on their book covers and they didn't know? He has nothing to do with Arabs, aka Moors, who conquered Spain, the Iberian Peninsula, from the years of 700 to 1400. Guess when this was? 1878. Edward Claremont, and they called it the Moorish Chief. In 1878, this man, my grandmama, was damn near born in 1906. Edward was born in 1848, and he drew this. It's a painting. It's not a real person. I had to spank Sabir Bey about this. And you say, I don't know nothing about. Here it is right here. I got a video right here. What does it say? Sabir Bey caught lion. And see in the left corner, he has this Moorish chief. And somebody made a video because they were so impressed and had me on the picture with Sabir Bey saying I spanked him. Moors weren't black. What are you talking about? You used this picture and had no clue what the hell you were talking about. Okay? It's a whole breakdown on this. How can you guys be so ignorant and don't research? He was an Austrian. It's a painting. Let's move forward. What did I tell you Moors and Berbers were? I told you they are Berber and Arab descent. You can't change that. You thought they were other because you were lied to and you fell for the okie doke, just like I did back in the day. But I said, let me change and do some research because I'm a real truth seeker. I don't want to be stealing nobody's history. That's why I got my shirt on with my West African tribes. We have to stop this nonsense. Okay, let me move on. Here, I made this 4 years ago. Tuareg people, Berber, Arabs, Moors exposed. And you see in the picture, the man on the left is the real Moor, aka Berber, aka Amazigh. And the black kid next to him is his slave. I've broke this down. This is probably one of the most important videos I've done, and this was 4 years ago. Tuareg people, Berber, Arabs, and Moor. People think Tuaregs is black. Nope. Hold on. What is this thing popping up? Hold on. Okay. So I've been talking about this. I had a debate with Lord Abba 7 years ago. Moors versus Morocco. Chief X versus Lord Abba. I challenged Sabir Bey. $300. He didn't take it. He rather stream for free because he's scared to death of me. He never responded and refused to debate me in public. He didn't want to lose his followers. I spanked Ishmael Bey. Y'all forgot? I made Ishmael Bey show his DNA. He was 90-something% West African. Y'all don't remember? It's in this debate. Go look at it. I challenged people to this. I said, no black African ever was king or ruler of Spain. Since y'all say they conquered Spain, I said, name one ruler of Spain who was black. Nobody 6 years later has come up with a name. Excuse me. Someone did come up with one. From 700 to 1400, they came up with one, and he was a mulatto mixed. His daddy was an Arab and his mama was a slave. Black folk have never been indigenous to North Africa. I said Moors or Ascari. You see the picture on the left with those hats and tassels? Everyone in the community thought those were Moors because Sarah Sutin Seti used to teach that. These are the Ascari. You know who the Ascari is? They are police. You got brothers naming themselves Ascari. They have no idea that their name means the police. Look it up. They were police fighting for colonial forces in Central Africa, all around with Mussolini and them. Moors and Berbers didn't wear these tassels and hats and cone hats. They wore turbans. How much time I got, Si?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay. So since people like to play picture games, we all can do it. Right? Oops. There's not the one I wanted to show. Oh, there we go. Oops. Pop in, pop in, pop in. I got no time. I ain't got no time. Come on, pop in. There we go. Now, Egyptian women are painted white or yellow. Never any Nubian women painted white or yellow. Why? Because Nubians ain't Egyptians, and Egyptians wasn't white or yellow folk. These folk just look just like the same people today. We can do this for a long time. Hold on. Let me pull one more. But I have short time right now. Fourth dynasty, Old Kingdom.
All right, man. Stop sharing, Chief. All right, we are in the question and answer period.
Rolled with 1,000 pictures, bro. I could have rolled.
Yeah, we are in the question and answer period right now, and I would like for JJ to ask Chief X a question. Chief X, you have 2 minutes to answer it. JJ, once you ask your question, I don't care if he's off topic. I don't care if he's saying something different. You are not allowed to interrupt him. You can address that when he's finished. Same with you, Chief X. If you ask JJ a question, if he's off topic, if you feel he didn't answer it, you cannot interrupt him. You got to let his 2 minutes flow, and then you can address it at the end. JJ, ask your question.
I got 9 questions. Is that cool, or is that too much?
No, that's too much.
Okay, we'll do 5 is okay?
No, I got you, brother. Just ask your question. Let y'all know.
Okay.
You got 2 minutes. Once the question is asked, I will start the time.
All right. My first question is, are you saying that there was no Africans in ancient Kemet?
You done?
Yes, Chief. He asked you the question.
Okay. See, that's a crazy question. Let's say Egypt. I don't know why people always want to use Kemet. Egypt, Kemet. Egyptians or Cometians are Africans. So how can your question make sense? Egyptians, Cometians, Nubians are African. Who says they aren't African? Egyptians are just North Africans, is what I'm saying. In North Africa is basically white Africa. Not technically, I'm just to juxtapose. You have white Africa, which is North Africa. You have black Africa, which is sub-Saharan Africa. So Egyptians are Africans. They have a connection to West Asia because they're connected. Part of Egypt, the Sinai Peninsula, is in West Asia. It's a transcontinental country. So that means people are flowing across from West Asia all the way to Morocco, all across North Africa, and these people all speak the same language. Same language family. They all look similar. Okay? So the idea that you don't know my argument and you just coming up with these crazy questions is crazy to me. Okay?
All right, JJ. Ask your next question.
Oh, are we going back and forth or just he gonna ask?
How y'all want to do it? Go back and forth, Jay?
I asked. Yeah, I mean.
All right,
well,
all right.
He can shoot his load now. If
yeah. I want to pause. You got to say pause on that, man. Come on, man. Say pause, Chief X.
Pause.
Thank you.
What
telling him to shoot his load and shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. No homo.
Come on.
I'm a gun guy. I'm a gun guy.
Yeah.
I was just playing with my revolver this morning.
All right. JJ, go ahead, brother. I'm going to let you go 3, and then I'm going to let Chief go 3. Right. Then we'll come back with you, Jay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Was the 25th dynasty called the reign of the black African pharaohs?
Absolutely. The 25th dynasty, out of all the dynasty, from 1 to 25, they call 25th dynasty the black pharaohs. They don't call no other dynasty the black pharaohs except the 25th. It's because that's because when Egypt was on its decline, it didn't been fell off. They couldn't take over Egypt when it was at its best. They took it after a whole bunch of different invasions and fell off. And Nubians, they end up ruling Egypt for only 95 years out of 3,000 years. So if you want to be happy about 90 years out of 3,000 years, feel free to be happy and pat yourself on the back. Although we're not even related to Nubians. Those are not our people. I don't give a darn about them. Those are not my people. I'm a West African. This is West Side. What? A Khan, a Asante gang. What you talking about? I'll rep mines. Okay, so no, they were Nubians who were ruling Egypt. They weren't Egyptians. And yes, there were black folks, the Nubian, who got them 90 years in. Next.
Next question, JJ.
Okay. Is the title of this debate, were the people of ancient Kemet Black Africans.
Yep.
Debate over. Go ahead. Ask my questions.
Okay. You ready? You said earlier, well, let me come with this question. You said earlier and gave some credit to Diop, Sheikh Job, as they say. You gave some credit to Diop and said Diop proved that there was black Africans. Egyptians was black. No, he didn't. The whole world of academia said he was totally wrong. And Diop did a melanin test. So here's my question. A melanin test don't mean nothing. Check this out. There's no such thing, like, really, you know, but it has nothing to do with if you're black or white. It just has to do with pigmentation. I know Filipinos that's darker than some blacks that don't mean they're black. But here's the question. Did Diop do a melanin test, and where are those melanin test results? Do you have them?
Currently, right now, I don't have his test results, but I can put it later on in the chat.
Let me tell you something. Not one person on the planet has test results. It was a bunch of crap.
Is that a question?
No, I'm just replying.
I didn't reply. I just asked.
So you done with your answer? Are you ready for my next question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so there's no melanin test. You cannot find one. If you find one, you get $100. There's no results. Okay. You said earlier Egypt started in Sudan. Then you say Narmer was from Thinis, which I taught y'all this. Thinis is next to Abydos. It's not in Sudan. Who told you, and where did you get the information that Egypt started in Sudan 3100 BC?
Through the source that I read in this debate. Most scholars, damn near 98% of the scholars, say that Neymar came from Sudan.
Nobody says that.
Brother,
you
gotta let him finish. It's 2 minutes.
Shut your fly trap.
Go ahead. My bad. Sorry.
Be quiet. We're grown folks speaking.
Right, go ahead.
Shut your mouth, please.
All right, JJ. Don't
just keep interrupting.
JJ, I got that. Just come on, man. I got it.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Neymar, every scholar, the majority of scholars say that he comes from the Sudan, which is northern Egypt, which is a reverse of our compass, which is in the south. He can't prove that he didn't come from. And he said Abydos. Abydos is in the south. So even if you say Abydos, it's still the bottom part of the map. Egypt don't just stand from the Mediterranean. He just sticking up there. When are you going to go down low? Did the dynasty start up top? Are the kings buried up top? No. So what you saying is rhetoric. You can't disprove that he didn't come from the south. You just running your mouth. You have no discipline. You keep interrupting because you used to be on the channel by yourself, running your catfish eating lip. And with that being said, like I say, he came from the south, and Abydos is in the south, which is the north, according to their upside down map. So yes, he came from the southern part of Africa, where the majority of the dynasty started, where a majority of the kings are buried. So what are you talking about?
All right. Next question, Chief.
I was trying to, it's something I think we all need to just kind of clear up. But you know what? Let me say this.
Question, please.
Not one scholar on the planet, not one credentialed scholar on the planet claims Narmer came from Sudan. Not one. You made that up. Narmer comes from Abydos. Thinis. Thinis is next door to Abydos. That's not Sudan. I'm sorry, brother. And when they say the South, they just mean south of the Mediterranean or south of Cairo. It's south inside of Egypt. It's not in Sudan. Thinis in Abydos is in general Central Egypt. It's not Sudan. You got to stop this lying. Everybody has to stop saying this from the South stuff.
Question, brother.
Okay. JJ, is North Africa Mediterranean Africa?
Okay. As y'all see, ladies and gentlemen, during my time when I presented my information, I went to the Amazon people. They told you the tribes. It shows you the original look of these people, right? They even had some of the same gods as the rest of the Africans do, with our Amun and gods of that nature. But see, y'all notice that he tries to teach during the question period. That's just extending of information that you didn't put out during the debate. You thought I was going to jump in and say something. You might have got me like that 4 years ago. JJ more disciplined. I know the tricks of the trade. I've been in the ring with all of them. So yes. What was that question again? Say that one more time.
Is North Africa Mediterranean Africa?
Yeah. North Africa. Like I say, the peoples of North African is Amazon. I proved that in this debate. I showed you the blackness of these people.
I don't disagree with
brother. Be quiet and shut your
you can't say nothing. Calm down, JJ. I got it. Remember, I told you that. Yeah. I got it, Jay. Go ahead.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I told you this guy was undisciplined. I told you he should have never stepped in the ring with me. I told you he's pseudo. He didn't bring no sources, no references. He brought them in the beginning. He brought the Max Planck project, which we all know is distorted. He went back to 1400 BCE, and then he came up with something talking about this will be coming soon in 2025. Then he used himself as a source. Who does that? Then he went to core answers and questions where the average people just come on and make assumptions. That's not scholarly, sir. Not at all. So I want you to go back and look at the information that I presented to you, and you will see the original peoples of that northern Africa were Africans, Black Africans.
All right.
Can I just reply that real quick? It's not really because I think we all ask questions. Hold on.
No, that's it.
Reply to that?
No, it's not a question. So we both asked all.
I need everybody to be quiet, please. Okay. We are now in the closing round. I need JJ to close out for his 5 minutes, and Chief X, I need you to close out with your 5 minutes. And right after that, let me remind you, we are live on the air on the HOK right now for the closeout to let the people hear the closeout. But this is the aftermath of the debate. So y'all welcome to come on after your closeout. We want to see what the people say about the debate, who won this, who lost this. I don't have nothing. I don't know. Leave it up to the people. So, JJ, let's begin your closeout. You got 5 minutes in your in this closing round.
Hey, put me on the big screen, sa.neter, if you don't
mind.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's summertime, sir. As you can see, man, this was a walk in the park. This was like a college student going against a first grader. It just don't compare. So like I say, most Egyptologists have always tried to split Egypt from Africa. Mostly white historians and Egyptologists have tried tirelessly to eradicate any sign of African presence in Egypt. I proved that through this debate. Without maps, it could be easily to imagine Egypt is not in Africa, right? The representation of ancient Egyptians in films would have you believe that everything but Black Africans, that they're everything but Black Africans. Beyond the tainted news, faulty hypotheses, and incorrect scientific conclusions, the truth is concealed right under our eyes. But those truths have been recently brought to light by JJ 7000. I did that in this debate. You should have seen the first earlier round where he cried and he said he was doing bad. I didn't say I was doing bad, but he tried to put me in his boat. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, I brought out genetic proof that ancient Egyptians were in fact black. He was all over the place talking about some goddamn, we are sub-Saharan people. It wasn't even on topic, ladies and gentlemen. The Egyptian culture is one of the most documented and most studied of all ancient civilizations. This is what JJ brought to the table. See, attempts by white Egyptologists and Jesse Lee Peterson types like Chief X to usurp the greatness of black African origins in Kemet will be exposed today, and that's what I did. You know, he wanted to deny his Africanness and give all the credit to Mediterranean people from Europe and everywhere. He even said they were Caucasian, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he did. The only Caucasian pharaoh probably was Alexander the Great or the Ptolemies. I went back in time for you. See, but they want to deny, like I said, the African. This is shameful and obscure because this is done in the name of cultural values that European purposely falsify history. It also shows a psychological anti-African racism that Chief X thoroughly supports. And Chief X, yeah. I want to ask Chief X, who sent you to the conscious community? This anti-African racism is a reoccurring theme of Sambos and Europeans. That's their attitude towards the African greatness. These Sambos have to be eradicated out of our community. And what I did today, I got rid of one. Now the next Sambo to step up, you're going to get it too. You see? Now, the greatness of black Africans and the idea of blackness. So I'm here, like I say, to I presented irrefutable genetic evidence that will expose the Uncle Ruckus scholarship of a Chief X, right? See, when you Google ancient Egypt genetic studies, you're bombarded with the results and interpretations of this study from Europeans. But see, the Abasar or Malik paper, which was commissioned by Dr. Haas, we already know that he's biased. This study is completely flawed. And this is what Chief X brought to this table in the Max Planck project, ladies and gentlemen. This is why it was flawed for several reasons. First, it does not deal with ancient Egypt. 1400 BC is not dealing with ancient Egypt. They're talking about coming soon in 2025. We're in 2024, sir. That don't count. You want us to wait a whole year? It does not deal with ancient Egypt at all, as the period covered was after Kemet had really ended in its greatness. The site of the mummies are on the outskirts of the Nubio Catholic Society, the Nilo-Saharan speaking ethnic group indigenous to the region, which is now northern Sudan and southern Egypt. They originate from the early inhabitants of the Central Nile Valley. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you put your vote in, reevaluate what JJ 7000 brought up and reevaluate what Uncle Ruckus brought out. See, also the sample sizes that he brought up is doubtful at best and inaccurate data manipulation at worst, which is consistent with the whole spirit of a coon ideology. We got to get these Uncle Ruckuses out of the community, sir. And that's no shot to him, but you display these type of behaviors by trying to manipulate information and want us to believe that these ancient Egyptians came from the Mediterranean. You ever notice? Then he went down to Abydos. Abydos is in the southern part of Africa, where the royal kings are buried. Namur is from Sudan. He never disproved that. He just ran his mouth. Now, research found that Ramses III had the haplogroup of EM2. In December 2012, a genetic study conducted by the same researchers who decoded King Tut's DNA predicted using an STR predictor that Ramses III, second pharaoh of the 20th dynasty of Kemet, belonged to the Y DNA haplogroup. He never debunked that. EM2, known as E1B1A.
All right, JJ. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Chief, you up next. 5-minute closing, and then head on over there to the aftermath right on the HOK. We live right now. Let's go. Let's go, Chief.
Remove him from the screen. I can't bear to look at his face right now.
All right, let's not close out rough. Let's close out right.
I'm gonna be good, although he called me all kind of rough.
Both of y'all did good. I'm surprised. Both of y'all
he ended throwing shots, calling me ruckus, and
I know.
But it was a light shot.
You bigger than that. You bigger than that, man. That's light. Let's go.
So check this out. Let me go ahead and close out. Like I said, I should be arrested for child abuse, and he should go to jail for intellectual treason. He should get a rope because he committed intellectual treason to black folk. He mentioned, hey, I was using Quora, but he wasn't paying attention as always. It was an abstract someone posted on Quora, and I wanted to read it, and then I went to the source called URAC Research and showed you the PhD who wrote that abstract. Alexandra Masur, did you forget? You weren't paying attention. You're in your feelings. So it wasn't a self-source. It was me explaining something and then showing you what the deal was. Also, let's be clear. Not one time in this entire 2 hours did JJ show any genetic proof of anything. Nothing genetic DNA was put on the screen when JJ was talking. Stop mind game with the people. You failed miserably. You didn't show nothing regarding genetics. I did that. And about 3 or 4 sources of professionals and experts. Geneticists. Not some crazy fool talking on a YouTube video who's an Afrocentric and friends with Sabir Bey. Get out of here with that. No scholars tried to take Egypt out of Africa. This is the biggest lie that's pushed. All scholars tell you and teach it's in Africa. They only say it's part of the MENA region. MENA, M-E-N-A, stands for Middle East North Africa. They're related. They share the same language family. It's connected to Egypt. Nubia is not connected to the region in West Asia. They are down south. Sub-Saharan people are black folk. And they are in Sub-Saharan Africa, not North Africa. I mean, indigenously. Okay? Scholarship in science has no color. There's no white man science. There's no Samoan man science. There's no Mexican man science. Science is freaking science. Scholarship is scholarship. So all that race baiting and trying to act somebody a coon and a Uncle Tom and all that's trying to play on people's emotions and a bunch of jibber jabber psychobabble. We're done with all that stuff. Oh, they're trying to race shame. I'm sitting here repping. Oh, he denies his Africanness, and I'm sitting here with a repping Africanness. I'm sitting here always repping my Africanness and letting you know. I got this from, and it's all tore up now. Kwame Nkrumah, West Africa. I visited Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park and bought this shirt in Ghana. I always represent West Africa, African American, because that's what I am. And I'm proud of it. You're not proud. You're a Hebrew Israelite. You're repping Caucasian history and Caucasian people because them Israelites and in Canaan and in Israel and in West Asia wasn't no indigenous black people there ever in history. You're off course. You're the one playing this Uncle Tom. You and all the Hebrew Israelites. You're all wrong. All the comedic people. Matter of fact, I gave sa.neter, he got a new name right now. Sa.neter's name I'm bestowing upon him is Kwame. So sa.neter, you're Kwame, formerly known as sa.neter now. I just gave you a new name. So check this out. So in ending this, I showed genetic sources. I proved who the Moors and Berbers and Amazigh, which is the same people, are. I showed you images of them. I showed you images of Coptics, and you can't find no black Coptics. You won't go to a Coptic church and find a black nappy head people there. They don't speak it because they don't descend from the original Egyptians. You did? Coptic people are Caucasian. If you don't know what Caucasian means, in physical anthropology, and I know it's a played out term, but in physical anthropology, North Africans, whites, Middle Easterns are considered under the banner of Caucasian. We are considered Negroid. Asians are considered Mongoloid. So you're not going to find no Negroid Coptics.
And with that, I want to say thank you to the